We are taught the idea that we should give, share, and put generosity above our personal interests. But does anyone warn us of the dangers of being too kind and compassionate? We live in a world where we don't always get what we give because it is full of generous people who watch themselves become empty, both economically and energetically, through indiscriminate giving, good, excessive generosity, even endangering our own lives. Be surprised by the unexpected negative effects that kindness can have on you. Today I will reveal the 9 things that happened to you because you were too good, and introduce 6 Stoic strategies to prevent people from taking advantage of you. Without further ado, let us continue. Number 1. They will have unrealistic expectations of people. The Stoics emphasized the need to accept circumstances as they are and not to base our happiness on the actions of others. By giving without expecting too much in return, you avoid disappointment and exercise emotional detachment, which leads to greater peace of mind. It is difficult for us to be completely selfless in our generosity, consciously or unconsciously, when we give everything. We expect others to do the same when we are the ones who need something important. However, you have people so used to everything being done for them that they take it for granted that you can handle everything, both in their lives and in your own, especially in your own. Why else would you take on other people's responsibilities? The truth is that your expectations of reciprocity will not be met, and what will happen to you is that you will get a bad mood, fatigue, frustration, and disappointment. However, if we approach the matter dispassionately, people will not let you down. You do what you should do. Take care of your own responsibilities. Number 2. People are just waiting for you to give them something. According to the Stoics, it is important to remember that true courage comes from acting in accordance with virtue and reason, and not simply from meeting the expectations of others. Moderation and balanced giving allows you to remain in control of your own actions and avoid falling into habits that harm your emotional well-being. You've heard all your life that people are creatures of habit, never better defined. People are programmed to adapt to a routine, a way of life, and a symphony of things happening around them. It is from this tendency to adapt that the very concept of the comfort zone arises. This means that if you get used to giving all the time, the beneficiaries of your generosity will expect you to always give to them some time. It means that you will lead people into their respective comfort zones, and they will not fulfill many of their obligations because you will be there to fulfill them. The problem you face in this case is not valuing yourself, because if you don't, it's very, very unlikely that someone will look you in the eyes and tell you to think more about yourself. At least don't expect this kind of empathetic behavior from those you help, because they would become attached to their personal Robin Hood, and that would come at a great cost to their lives. Number 3. You are at significant risk of being labeled and treated as weak. You run the risk of being labeled and treated as weak. Stoic philosophy encourages us to develop inner strength and self-discipline as we set certain boundaries and practice self-discipline. We can show others that we are committed to our own responsibility and values. This will earn you respect, rather than being seen as fragile and treated that way if you are always willing to help others. You can expect to establish yourself as an authority in the areas in which you collaborate. However, this can lead to a negative image of you, because if no boundaries are set, others may begin to see you as weak or easy to control. This contradicts a leader. This may result in them transferring their responsibility to you, knowing that you are unlikely to reject because you are always willing to help others. However, as soon as you start using the word no, others may start thinking about something. Maybe they didn't think about it before. That is respect. Setting boundaries and saying no when necessary shows authenticity and commitment to your own priorities and earns you the respect of those around you. That's why it's important that you show authenticity and say no when necessary. Build a balanced relationship for a more prosperous life. Relationships are an important part of human life. They give us emotional support, connection, and a sense of belonging. However, it is important that these relationships are balanced and provide mutual benefits. Balanced relationships are those in which all parties contribute and receive support in a fair and respectful manner. If you are too nice in a relationship, your partner may take advantage of your kindness. In balanced relationships, reciprocity is important. This means that everyone is willing to make a fair contribution and receive support. It's not because you're a man that you have to give everything women ask for. Everything has its limits, and that applies to both genders. If you're too nice, everything can become an obligation. Number 4, you have a significant risk of developing an addiction. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes moderation and self-control. Practicing generosity combined with self-discipline helps us avoid falling into addictive behavior patterns and maintain a healthy relationship with our actions and decisions. When necessary, desires become part of daily life. Needs often increase continuously, creating ideal conditions for dependence on others. It is possible that one day someone close to you will realize that they are over-consuming something, be it alcohol, food, or even engaging in some form of gambling. It's important to think seriously about the things that matter to the people you care about, you say. Sometimes the first reaction can be to get angry and deny all the problems. However, this is a common reaction from people who are too busy with their own problems to recognize them. Remember that those who love you always care about your well-being. Therefore, it is important to listen to your observations, because these concerns are intended to help you avoid obstacles and make progress toward the improvement you desire. Number 5. Your priorities are being trampled on. Stoics always emphasize the importance of a rational and ethical life, and this is one of the most important Stoic virtues. Setting boundaries and prioritizing our responsibilities is crucial to maintaining balance and avoiding sacrificing our authenticity and well-being for others. If you dedicate all your time to other people's priorities, you are putting yourself at risk and possibly suffering inconvenience and burnout. When you are on a trip to seek happiness and fulfillment, think of the emotions that arise. When you spend a weekend alone or return home every day and find no one waiting for you. When this isolation is a way to escape from yourself, the situation can become very tense. First of all, sooner or later you will inevitably face, and that cannot be avoided. Second, your mood tends to deteriorate when you neglect your priorities to meet the needs of others, making yourself feel unimportant. The key is not that we shouldn't help others, but that we should help by setting boundaries. Because if you can't fulfill your duties, how can you help others? Taking care of yourself is a fundamental factor in achieving fulfillment. Before you comfort others, it is important that you feel content, whole, and cared for. In other words, do not give chocolate to others before enjoying it yourself, and know that this is not selfish. Also, don't offer to your friends to clean their houses before you have organized your own home and enjoy a relaxing time with a glass of wine and a good movie. Take care of yourself first, and then spread that love into the world. Number 6. Maintain healthy boundaries to protect your well-being. Imagine a fence surrounding your garden. This fence guarantees the protection of your most precious flowers, your green meadow, and the peaceful environment that you have created. Likewise, establishing healthy boundaries in your personal life and in your career is like building a protective fence for your mental health, your physical well-being, and the integrity of your mind. These boundaries play a crucial role in our lives. They serve as a clear boundary between what can be accepted and what is not. They are like personal boundaries that define where you end and where others begin. Setting healthy boundaries is a way to protect your mental health, your physical well-being, and the integrity of your mind. By setting clear boundaries, you will avoid feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, and vulnerable to others taking advantage of you. As mentioned earlier in this video, one of the main reasons protects your time and your energy is to protect your mission and your energy. Life is a journey that requires balance. If you don't set boundaries, you run the risk of trying too hard. This can lead to an overwhelming schedule, lack of time for self-care, and a breakdown in mental integrity. Number 7. Surrounded by many but only supported by the opportunistic Stoic philosophy, teaches us to value wisdom and discernment when choosing who to assist. Through self-control and objectivity, we can distinguish between those who are sincere and those who seek to take advantage of us. Avoid expending energy on situations that can resolve themselves. Suddenly, people who once considered you a good friend may start excluding you from joyful moments and only approach you when they need something specific or a favor. If we think realistically, this is not surprising. Generally, people don't invite their co-workers or those who work for them to social gatherings, let alone share leisure and fun time. While this is reasonable, it doesn't mean it's fair in every situation. Therefore, it's important to learn how to avoid being exploited by others. And we will share some strategies soon. Ensure that you attract into your life only those who are seeking help. Rarely, those who are willing to contribute. Through Stoic philosophy, we can nurture sincere and mutually beneficial relationships, reaping greater benefits from this classical knowledge. Those who pass through our lives are often attracted to the energy we emit. In other words, when we radiate negativity, we ultimately attract negative people, pessimists, those who have lost faith in life, and those with little goodwill toward themselves and the world. Conversely, when our spirits are positive, we attract optimistic, generous, kind, enthusiastic, diligent, and cheerful people. So when we give without expecting a clear return over time, we expend too much energy, leading us to vibrate at a lower frequency. This leads us to attract those who need something, in some cases, opportunities. This is most common when those who later have no intention or resources to repay come only to drain your energy. Number 8. You could end up falling into addiction. The Stoic philosophers advocated moderation and self-control. Practicing self-discipline with generosity helps us avoid falling into addictive patterns and maintains a healthy relationship with our actions and decisions. When scarcity becomes part of our daily lives, the need for more increases, and that is the best situation to fall into addiction. One day, someone close to you might discover that they are drinking too much, eating too much, or even gambling too much. Pay attention to what people you love say, because your first reaction might be anger and denial that you don't have a problem. But this is the most common reaction of those who have delved deeply into their problems to the point where they cannot recognize that they have a problem. Always remember that those who care about you only want the best for you. So take your observations seriously, because they are there to help you stop falling and move on. Number 9 can arouse suspicion. Stoic philosophy encourages us to act virtuously, regardless of whether others misinterpret our actions or judge us for living by Stoic principles and values. We build an authentic reputation that can withstand unfounded doubt. While we may hope that the world will be different, the reality is that very few people truly possess a spirit of generosity. Therefore, if you are one of them, you can inspire distrust instead of admiration and gratitude. However, this is not the most important concern. It won't be long before people question your hidden intentions. When you show generosity, They may wonder what is going on with you and whether there is an ulterior motive behind your actions. This does not mean that you have encountered a group of naturally suspicious people. You might actually be sincere. Most overly generous people tend to hide ambiguous intentions. A precautionary measure is often to avoid interacting with them and to refuse the help they suggest. Therefore, whatever you want to achieve in life, try to trust yourself no matter how long it takes. Always look to those who truly desire your improvement, because that person can open doors for your life. Don't expect to do something and get something in return. Likewise, you should not help others with the expectation of receiving something in return. In daily life, we often face such problems, and others may try to take advantage of us. This can happen in many aspects, from personal to professional and social relationships. To protect yourself and maintain balance in your life, it is important to understand and use appropriate strategies that will benefit others. Below, we will explore 6 essential strategies to help you protect yourself and maintain your autonomy in all matters. Join us to learn and apply this knowledge and become a confident and wise person in everyday life. Strategy number 1. Listen to your feelings. This first step is based on the Stoic idea of self-awareness. It is crucial to pay attention to your feelings and your mood. Stoics value self-reflection as a way to understand your reactions and needs. What is vital to you? By listening to your feelings, you can detect if you do too much and cause yourself mental stress. This will help you adjust your concentration and find a healthier balance. Ask yourself how you feel when you help others. Taking care of yourself and prioritizing your own needs is as noble an act as helping others, and it should make you feel good. So if you feel too much pressure, tiredness, anger, or exploitation, it is a sign that it is time for you to stop and listen to your feelings. If something that you are not obligated to do is causing you such discomfort, it is important not to ignore these emotions. They are valuable signs of your mental well-being. Strategy number 2. Lose the fear of saying no. The word is not very important in your life because it sets boundaries and can help you escape situations that drain your energy. When you say no to something that reflects your values, shows that you are not a person who agrees with everything and everyone when you agree with everything. The definitive answer you will give is for stressful situations. This strategy follows the teachings of Stoicism and involves recognizing the value of your time and energy while using it consciously in a balanced way and saying no. In situations where you feel overwhelmed or when requests are unfair, is a way to practice self-control. Although it may be difficult for some people, the word no is often associated with negativity and pessimism. It is important to overcome the fear of using it at certain moments in your life. If we don't do this, negativity can manifest itself in our lives. When someone demands more from us than we can satisfy, it is important to practice saying no. It may even be useful to practice in front of a mirror and convince yourself that this is the only way to regain freedom and avoid unnecessary risks. What we need to keep in mind is the specificity of each situation. These strategies can help create a healthier balance in your relationships and protect your mindset. Do you often practice using the word no? If so, please share your thoughts with me or tell me a situation in which saying didn't help you in the comments section of this video. Strategy number 3. There is a time and space for you. This strategy is based on the Stoic principles of self-discipline and self-respect. Those are the core elements of your life. Setting aside time and space for self-care is extremely important. You really enjoy doing anything, be it playing sports, painting, listening to music, any hobbies or anything that gets you excited. Try to complete your tasks as soon as possible so you can make time for these activities. This should be considered so important in your life that you must schedule this time daily and weekly. If you have a request for cooperation during this period, they may exercise important religion and be willing to cooperate for themselves, not just for you. So don't control without feeling guilty, and enjoy this time. And don't cheat as an exclusive way for yourself. If you don't want to be too rigid, you can offer to help at another time. But be sure that your availability will be limited because you have your own life. This will be a very important strategy in your life. Strategy number 4. Cultivate gratitude daily. Practicing gratitude in daily life is not only a good deed for the soul, but also has the ability to create a positive and motivating life. Taking time every day to think about the things you are grateful for can completely change the way you think and your mood. It helps you focus on the positive aspects of life and creates a happier state of mind. A practical way to do this is to keep a gratitude journal. In this diary, you can record your daily thoughts and feelings, as well as events and special moments that you have experienced. This not only helps you remember valuable life memories, but also makes you more aware of yourself and your dream goals. If you regularly write down positive thoughts and grateful thoughts, your mind will gradually eliminate negative thoughts and worries, create space for positive energy, makes you more optimistic and ready to face life's challenges. You can perceive any situation from a more positive perspective and look for opportunities in all aspects of life. So don't hesitate to document the things you are grateful for every day and consider it an important part of your life strategy. This can change your life positively and help you maintain a positive attitude and motivation every day. Strategy number 5. Set goals by creating an action plan. Set clear goals and make plans to achieve clarity and direction in your life. By identifying concrete and achievable goals, you can prepare yourself to take steps closer to achieving your life goals and objectives. Remember that normal progress comes in small steps, so enjoy battling with yourself as you work to achieve your goals in life. These additional strategies can complement the original 4 we have suggested to help you improve your quality of life and spirituality both professionally and personally. Strategy number 6. Identify energy vampires and distance yourself from them. This strategy follows the Stoic principles of self-discipline and self-awareness. It's important to recognize relationships that benefit you and those that can drain your mental energy. Create distance from people who consistently drain your energy and don't contribute positively for me. My peace of mind is more important than anything else because with it I can accomplish everything I've planned. When we have guidance in life, we often follow it. However, when we lack daily peace, it can hinder or drag us down. If you try to help an energy drainer understand that it may not succeed, these people often overwhelm you with complaints, grievances, and negative views of life. They don't genuinely care about solving their problems because it would mean they have to stop complaining, something they are not willing to do. In summary, Stoic philosophy teaches us that balance is important in everything we do in life, including generosity. Giving too little can make us look selfish, while giving too much can deplete us of energy, time, and even finances. What's important to remember is that financial depletion is one of the most dangerous. So choosing optimal options where we find a balance between prioritizing others and taking care of ourselves is often the best approach. And when in doubt, remember the magic word, no. I sincerely hope these suggestions have been helpful to you. Remember that you are an important part of this YouTube channel. If this video of ours has helped you, made you contemplate or taught you something entirely new, please leave a like so that more people can discover the teachings of Stoic philosophy. And if you haven't already, subscribe now and leave your comments. Thank you for watching this video of ours. See you in the next videos.